Yeah, I pushed the live button earlier and it was making me go vertical, and I don't want to go vertical. So, of course, I had to log off, log back in, reset it up, all that gibberish, taking up my time. However, it is about that time. So let's go ahead and get busy. Now, I see that there's one person in the chat, and that one person is me. Me, myself, and I. There it is. So, as I wait for some. Uh-oh. Don's in the place. Okay. Don's in the house. In his house. All right. Okay. I got something in my eyeball. Yeah. Remember when you was little and you get something in your eyeball and your mom would blow in it? Like that help. Little things make you feel better. Yeah. You fall down, scratch your knee. She kiss it. Does it feel better? And you lie to her. Uh-huh. Knowing it don't feel better. Ireland in the house. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So it looks like some people are logging on, and it looks like people can hear me. Said, how we doing, brother? I'm doing swell, just swell. I'd be doing better if I had some of that USAID money. I like that. I like some of that money. Yeah, and people are mad about it. People are mad because other people in other countries are not getting their money. They're mad about it. Instead of being mad about, not getting money from, our own government, they're talking about that, these people overseas, they need their money and stuff like that. I don't like it. Yeah, but it is what it is, and it's apparently getting taken care of, and the people in the swamp don't like it. So now, with that being said, while people are logging in, I might as well go ahead and get loose. Because it's Friday night. What? I'm dressed like real Godzilla. Real Godzilla. Real Godzilla. What? Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. And don't forget, there is a Kevin's Corner store in here, too. You can check that out. And that number on the screen, 330-974-4607, is the number you can text MAGA to just to stay connected with Kevin. Yeah, you never know what YouTube might do. Funny games going on around this here YouTube. Now, as you saw the title, it appears that Zelensky done messed around and found out. Tattoo? Boss, the plane. Yeah, Mixoplix. Jimmy the Cricket. Oh, yeah, that little teeny, eeny, beany, yellow polka dot bikini man came over here and found out. Now, we all know that he would have preferred creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe to have won the election, because then, of course, that would have been a forever money train. They would have kept giving money to Ukraine until Ukraine ran out of men. And who knows, what creepy might have sent our soldiers over there to take up the slack. We don't know. But there's a new boss in town. See, and Zelensky, he put all his chips on the wrong person. Yeah, he was hoping that the Democrats would win and keep this mess going, but Trump won. Now, immediately, he should have been starting to make adjustments mentally. Yeah, man, he should have started to put the pieces together. All you got to do is observe Trump for just a little while, and you realize he's not for war. He's not for that mess going on over there, especially if it's at the expense of the U.S. See, that's the big problem. And Zelensky, I guess he didn't get it. He didn't realize who is financing this war. He still think we're under the Democrat regime or something like that. He still think the sentiment over here amongst our people is we got to fight for Ukraine no matter what. The people love Ukraine. No. See, the MAGA movement is what it stands for. America first, okay? Now, if we can help you a bit, cool, but at the end of the day, all right, there's some limits to our assistance, especially considering how this mess even started in the first place. Could have been avoided. So now, the midget had to come to the United States thinking he can broker a deal on his terms, see? And that's where it all went off the rails. Now, let's see Pop have to go ahead and discipline the kids, because that's what's about to happen. So let's get into it. Yeah, we don't want to waste no time with this one. Quiet down, little man. See, that's what had happened to him. So Zelensky, okay, meets with Trump at the White House. Okay, okay. So far, so good, right?
If I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but see, the media, they don't care. They want to put Trump in a predicament to try to make him look like he's siding with a dictator. Yeah, the Democrats and the media. Why are you even giving credit to Putin? Why are you even negotiating with Putin? Doesn't it seem like you're forsaking our allies and siding with Putin? They want to go ahead and run it back and try to make it seem like Trump's negotiating and partnering up with Putin. He's using Putin talking points and all of this stuff. Instead of saying Trump is a very wise negotiator. Now, we all know the two people who hold the cards. It is Trump and Putin. Okay, and it's really Trump. But to get the best out of Putin, you got to know how to win over people with a little bit of honey if you want to get some bees. So, of course, it's not smart for him to go in there like, Putin, I feel you're a dictator and this and that, and I hate you, and you know what, this and that. But hey, let's make a deal. Trump is saying, look, man, I got to try my best to be neutral. See, and I'm doing this really on behalf of Ukraine because Putin, if we just go ahead and say, man, we're done with y'all. He know he could go ahead and run through Ukraine. He knows that. So really, he's like, look, man, I'm trying to look out for y'all. But Zelensky must be smelling himself. He must be thinking that him lasting this long was because of his ingenuity, because of their fighting spirit, and all of that stuff. So maybe he thinks he has gotten this by his own hand, kind of like Joe Biden. And I guess he thought that he really won the presidency because he was the best candidate. And then had the bad reality check when they said, you got to go, Joe. We knew you was blew out entity a long time ago. We stuck you in there, we used you, but now that moment is over. So now here's Trump using wisdom. He's squashing the whole narrative because we know the media and, of course, the Democrats are going to try to say he's siding with dictators. We told you. So he's squashing that by saying, look here. Don't try to put me in a box. I'm smart. You don't go out there and attack both of these folks or one of these folks and expect them to make a deal. All right. And then he says, I am on behalf of the people. Now, this is a wonderful response to that loaded question.
I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America.
Bam!
And for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world. And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate.
Now you see the midget? You see the midget right there? And some tight sweats or whatever he got on. But yeah, we know Zelensky hates Putin. And we know Putin hates Zelensky. But that ain't our problem. We ain't got nothing to do with that, okay? Right now, our job is to get this deal done. And really, we don't have to. We don't really need this. See, we're doing this person a favor. We're doing the whole country a favor. We ain't got nothing to do with this. No skin in the game whatsoever. So easily, we can just say, man, we're done. We'll walk away from this. But because we have invested a lot of money into this war for no reason, yeah, we want to go ahead and try to resolve it. And of course, get some money back and then be kind of some support to Ukraine in a passive way. Okay. Now, if there's anybody who Putin will honor and respect, it's Trump. But this little guy right here, he doesn't get it. Yeah, he thinks he got a little more clout than he has, and he's about to get checked real bad.
Tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So
yeah. See, if you make Trump get tough, which Zelensky's about to do, see, he could be extremely nice and flattering, charming, pragmatic. But if you make him, he'll treat you like what he's about to treat this man like. They try to make Trump out to be this boogeyman, this mean guy who's, just got the sharp tongue and he just wants to berate anybody. He only gives it to people who bring it on themselves. Other than that, Trump is nice. He's hilarious. Yeah, he's a great guy to be around. But as soon as he recognizes either some disrespect or some stupidity, he's going to call it like he sees it. And the more you resist, of course, the more aggressive he becomes with a verbal lashing. And this guy right here is going to try to box with alligator arms in a second.
That's the way it goes.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions.
And that didn't work out. Yeah, him getting up there, don't. That didn't work. So J.D. Vance comes off the bench. He's like, press, tag me in, Trump, tag me in. And he jumps right in. And he's the voice of reason. So eloquently put, okay? But do you think Zelensky is going to get the hint? Yeah, maybe he's not reading the temperature in the room. See, so watch his response to JD.
What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So
2014. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That was under Obama, the one who was going all around on a world tour apologizing for the atrocities of America. That guy who went over there and bowed to the Japanese emperor perpendicular. Yeah, that guy right there. So that wasn't on Trump's watch. It wasn't on Trump's watch. So where are you going with this? Huh? Tattoo?
A lot of years. I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump was...
Yes, but what was the difference? The difference is with President Trump, nothing happened with Putin. That's the difference.
Stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact...
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him.
But wait. Here, Mixoplex. Under Trump, none of that happened. What's the difference? Could it be that Russia only respects strength? Putin only respects strength. See, respect begets respect. But this guy right now is talking about how under some of our softest presidents, Putin was doing this and doing that. And I get it. I'm not saying Putin is great. I'm not saying he's, some wonderful, politician who is not an evil dictator. I'm not saying that. But he's only going to do what you allow him to do. Especially if you are a equal or superior country to him. So when he recognizes weakness under straight up creepy sleepy, why not? Not to mention under creepy sleepy, they instigated this. They could have stopped this before it even got started, but they pumped the little man up. So maybe this guy thinks he's Napoleon Bonaparte. Maybe he got the Napoleon, effect. I might be smaller, but with the U.S. money, I will be very strong. Only with our money. Yeah, you're not tough on your own. You're that little kid that's walking, thinking I'm walking on my own, but the stroller is helping. You're inside the stroller, walking, and you're thinking you're doing stuff. You're doing stuff, but you're inside the stroller. Your parents are holding your arms up and you're taking the big baby steps. They can look at me. I'm doing stuff. You're riding your bike with the training wheels on it, thinking you're getting it.
You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract.
But wait, did you sign anything with us on it? With us backing something up with Macron? You mean a little Frenchman? To all these other weak European, globalist countries? You let them go ahead and talk about that. Go ahead. Sign it. Don't worry about it. We'll have your back. Please. They ain't gonna have nobody's back. Putin is not gonna respect any of those countries unless they are being backed up by us. So now this guy is talking about how, yeah, other countries was involved and Putin didn't respect it. And look what happened. But he ain't say we was involved. Yeah, we weren't there signing anything, especially with this man in office. See, so let's continue because now, Zelensky is trying to make his case, y'all. I mean, out in the open. I'm not, instead of pulling them to the side, going behind, the clothes, like, look here, man, can we just work? But no, not him. Yeah, he's going to make his case right now.
Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if
Mr. President, with respect.
Oh. See what he did? Somebody got popped on the butt for chewing on my marker. See, that's why you can't have nice things, Nala. That's why you can't have nice things. I got to treat you like Trump treated Zelensky. Now, this is where it starts to go off the rails. What kind of diplomacy you're talking about? Well, the kind that'll keep you alive. Because if we're not involved in this, and Russia has to go all the way through, meaning, all right, now we got to blow through your whole army. We got to take control of all of Ukraine. What do you think's going to happen to this guy? That's my question. This guy got a chance to come out of this relatively unscathed and alive and remain as the president unless they have an election, which I question if they're going to do that. But if Putin doesn't have to worry about any other country saying, man, you went too far. You shouldn't have went in there and killed the president or jailed him. Yeah, you think he's going to stop? You think he's going to leave this guy running around the country like, well, now that we won, all right, you're no longer the president. I run Ukraine, but let's let bygones be bygones. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your money you probably, got off the U.S. No, he's going to lose all of that. So he doesn't realize the magnitude of the situation. J.D. Vance is trying to be the voice of reason. But this guy, what kind of diplomacy the kind of to keep you and your people alive. I think maybe you think you're winning. It's like a boxer getting punched all in the face. He's talking, but don't worry about it. I got this. No, you don't. You can't see out of either one of your eyeballs. And you're wobbling. Okay? You walked over to the wrong corner just a second ago. And you're talking about, don't worry, don't throw the towel in. I got this. Let's continue.
I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems.
See, now the little midget don't realize it's a new day. So J.D. Vance now got to go ahead and give him some examples since he's talking about some, what type of diplomacy you're talking. Well, the kind of to keep you and your people alive. How many of the young men and women you're going to waste on this war?
You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been.
You have never been to Ukraine and you see like J.D. Vance doesn't get briefings. Like J.D. Vance doesn't have access to satellite and all the pictures that we don't even get a chance to see. And I'm pretty sure, especially having a military background, he knows that you guys are in trouble. I don't care how much you try to get up there and say, we're taking it to the Russians. We're taking it to them. Yeah, it doesn't show. The results are different. It's like when Mayorkas, would get on TV talking about, we are taking it to the cartel. And I'm going, you're saying that. I get it. But the cartel is running our whole southern border. And we're seeing people come in and out of our country and more fentanyl than ever. And you're talking about that we are taking it to the cartel. So I hear what you're saying, little man. But the numbers don't lie. So now he's upset that J.D. Vance called him out and gave some examples.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know.
Now I don't even like his body posture. I don't like it. Now he over there pouting. Y'all see him over there in the corner? That is a defensive posture. There it is. Yeah, he done wrapped himself up tight. You can see his nasty face. The sphincter muscles in his face is tight. He's sitting there like this. He doesn't realize he needs us. Yeah, he let his little attitude and pride get him in trouble.
What happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military.
Now, see, you brought this on yourself, little man. Yeah, you wanted to go there. You poked the bear. Now the gloves are off. Now he got to start pointing out how sorry you are and how dependent you are on us. See, now you're going to get tag teamed. Trump and JD is going to be like, all right, you can tag me in. You ready? Get some of that. You want some? You want a piece? Yeah, I want another piece. Go ahead. Take another piece. So now he's about to get jumped. Now notice what Trump is doing. Trump is trying to let JD go ahead and handle this. And see, maybe the little man forgot that, number one, both of these two will destroy him verbally. But number two is this guy's like, well, it's just the vice president, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know what he was thinking, but this guy went a little too far. And then look what happens.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems.
Everybody.
Even you. But you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
There it is. That's the moment that Trump said, what did you just say? Are you trying to speak that evil on us? Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on us. So you hear this dude come up, everybody up, even you. But right now you have big ocean. But how dare you? Basically saying, y'all got it made for now. But don't worry. At some point, now, I don't even want to hear that type of stuff. We don't think like that as America, okay? See, we don't think like that. That's not even an option, okay? But here's this guy right here that is trying to go ahead and say, well, yeah, it's easy for y'all to say because y'all got this big old ocean. And that right there is going to make Trump rain down hell on him.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
You're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Now he's getting the finger and the hands. Finger, hands. That. Now you see him trying to fight back. But resistance is futile. You see? Yeah, but he's getting slung around right now. I'm not right. I'm just, but I do. This is the moment you should just shut up and take the verbal lashing. But see, because you're that kid with the smart mouth, I ain't mumbling under the breath. Now he's going to have to give it to you in Trumpian fashion. Now, this guy's saying all of this stuff, completely dependent on the U.S. It's offensive to me. It's disrespectful to me. I mean, we've been pumping billions of dollars into this man's country for a unwinnable war, and his butt got the nerve to come over here, trying to dictate terms, trying to make us feel guilty for not saying we're going to invest in this war forever. And the only solution is that Putin give back all the land he has taken thus far. That's it. That's the only solution. Yeah. So now here this guy's trying to dictate these type of terms and express his disdain for their suggestions on how to solve this. And the way he's doing it is with a nasty attitude. But then he went too far when he tried to predict what's going to happen to us, regardless of our big, beautiful ocean that's separating us from all of this nonsense. And in reality, it's because of that big, beautiful ocean that a lot of us are saying, why are we even giving money to Ukraine? We're way over here. I mean, that's their problems. But here we go.
We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position.
This is the moment to shut your mouth. Before you get the backhand to the lips. Yeah, where you can taste the blood on the inside. You're sucking it. You're sucking on the lip while your old man's still talking to you. Okay? So you understand that? You made me bring that. You brought that on yourself. But here, you can barely hear what he's saying. Now, Trump is in attack mode right now. Yeah, when he mentioned that mess talking about something, you will feel it one day. That went too far. Now, you would think any American would be like, who is this person who speaks to us as if we need him? Yeah, who is this man disrespecting our president? Every American, if they're hearing this and seeing this exchange, should be going, this guy's disrespectful. However, we'll find that we got some folks who hate Trump so much, they're going to side with Zelensky. They're going to say that it's Trump being disrespectful. That's what it is. Any opportunity we could take to make Trump look like he's the bad guy. He's the traitor. He's forsaken all of our allies. He's siding with dictators. Any effort to do that, even if it causes them to look extremely unpatriotic, like they are betraying our country and disrespecting our own president. When any casual viewer watching this will say, who's this cat, man? And why is he talking reckless like that?
I have the cards right now. With us, you start having
Not
cards.
playing cards.
Right
We're not playing cards. You know what he's talking about. You know the analogy. See, but you're going to find out when you want to be smart. We're not playing cards. Well, maybe you need to find out what that analogy means. You know my analogy. When you up there on that board talking about somebody ain't got no spades and all face cards, you're at the mercy of the other two people you're playing against. Yeah, you're not in a position to be bidding more than you got in your hand. I think I got eight. No, you don't, because we got all the spades. So you ain't got it. So this guy, I thought, wait a minute,
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing
I'm
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you think
You're
about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III.
And that's what the little midget don't realize. He don't realize that. This would only end in one way if we do not resolve this. Well, two ways, actually. The one way is for us to just say, you know what? You don't like what we're saying. You think we're here to support you and continue giving billions of dollars until either all of your people are dead or we just run out of money or whatever. Yeah, you don't like it. You're on your own. Go on now. Hit them with the I'll be sure. Gotta get off on your own now. Go on. You want to be on your own? Fight the war. See what happens. The other would be, okay, they're losing. We won't just forsake them. So now we got to go ahead and get involved in this. And if we get involved in it, then that mess will escalate just like that. Have no idea where it might end. Okay. I mean, maybe this guy don't realize that Putin has nuclear weapons and he know he can't win a conventional war against us. So this guy right here with his little teeny itty bitty country doesn't realize that little teeny itty bitty country, if you're not wise on how you handle this, could escalate. And then we're looking at World War III all over Ukraine. Now, I know the Ukrainians probably are going, what do you mean just over Ukraine? I mean, it might seem small and to you, but it's important to us. If it's important to y'all, make good, wise decisions to at least prepare a future for the Ukrainians. Generations of folks are killed. And this guy's willing to continue doing it. Now, I don't know what's motivating him. Pride. But hey, this guy right here with the attitude, look at him. He looked like he's getting chastised by his dad, and he just don't want to listen. He's not taking his dad's advice.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
video?
times.
Now, JD came off the ropes with an elbow. Double axe handle. Clothesline him. Have you said sorry? I want to hear it. We want to hear you say, I'm sorry. And I appreciate what y'all did. Come on now, say it loud. But this, I said it many times before.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting
today.
that you said thank
Even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Oh my. So wait, you was on Team Kamala? You was backing Biden? Now see, JD had to come in and give him a esophagus blow right there to the esophagus right there. Sit. Since you got all of this, too many words coming out of your mouth right in the esophagus. But so now you went to campaign for the people who's going to give you an endless check. That's what you were doing. Yeah, you were hoping. Like, I hope they win, keep the gravy train, but now JD got to call that out. See, technically, it's a new regime. You didn't even want us to win. Okay. Now, if we'd have left it up to Kamala and the Democrats and some Republicans, if we'd have left it up to Biden, do you think they care about the future of all of your young Ukrainians? You think they care about that? No. Yeah, you think the military complex, military makers, you think they care? No. They will go ahead and say, look, long as you keep money coming to us, we'll keep supplying you with fresh weapons. And then, of course, that will continue to supply fresh bodies. Yeah, they will say, as long as y'all want them, y'all see. We don't care about that. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Once it leaves the assembly line, you're on your own. Ain't nothing to do with us. And you think all raggedy Democrats who probably are getting kickbacks for this war? I mean, why were they all so adamant about we got to do whatever we got to do to protect Ukraine? Send more money. Send more money. Something shady was going on. And these folks didn't even blink to think about how many of these young men and women are being killed for a war that is unwinnable. So maybe this guy thinks it's winnable. Maybe he listened to all of the folks in the Biden administration, all the people over in Europe. Don't worry, Zelensky, you got this, baby. You can win, man. You can win. Keep fighting, man. Just hold the fort. And maybe he bought into it. But the reality is about to hit him real quick after Trump do what he's about to do.
Please.
Please.
I think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I answer?
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of...
No, you can't answer. You shut your mouth. You shut your pie hole, little man. Your talk time is over. You think you speak loudly about the war. No. I got this, Jay. I'll field this one. I'll take care of this guy once and for all. Okay? He wasn't speaking loudly, okay? He's speaking the truth. And you don't like it. You don't like it, Midget Man. So Midget Man now is getting a finger and the hand. Like, nah, you spoke too much already. He is pissing Trump off. And he don't realize it. And notice what he's doing. He's kind of directing, his loose lips towards JD. He don't realize that when you insult JD, you also insulting Trump. So he started off insulting JD when he was talking about you ain't even been to Ukraine and all of this stuff, and y'all got the big ocean. That set it off right there. Then he comes right back. You think you talk loud about the war? Trump's like, that's it, man. Now I got to cut you. Now I got to cut you real deep.
Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn...
Oh, he's about to say, I know. You're not winning. Yeah. What you were about to say was the truth. I know. Yeah, but maybe somebody got to tell him the truth. You're not winning this. Okay? Yeah, I know you might think in your head I could win, but it's over. You're not winning this.
Damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are saying...
No, you haven't been alone. What is he talking about? That's the thing. This is where the delusion kicks in. This guy thinks that he is out there, holding down the fort all by himself. He thinks being in it alone means that another country is not involved physically helping him. But maybe he doesn't realize that without the money of the U.S. and all of that military might, y'all would have got dusted real quick. But let's continue, because he thinks he's making sense.
I said thanks.
You haven't been
in this
allowed.
cabinet.
You haven't been allowed.
This cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and you met up brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment...
Shut your pie hole. Shut your pie right now. He's digging deeper. Boy, somebody needs to be out there tapping him on the shoulder like, this ain't the time. This ain't the time. I know you're trying to look strong in front of, the cameras and the Ukrainians and Putin and all that stuff. But no, you're in there with a heavyweight. You are a featherweight. Just chill out. Take the verbal lashing, but not him. But you think, I know, but maybe we, nobody wants to hear those grunts. But look.
If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days.
Yeah, see, you ain't now. See, once again, getting smart. Like I heard that from everybody, but did it happen? Did it happen? This guy doesn't realize The only reason this man hasn't been completely, for two reasons, really. Okay, one is because of all of our support. But two, because Putin don't want to piss off the whole globe by opening up the full can of whoop butt. He's tempered with this whole war. Yeah, if he gets too aggressive, he run the risk of looking like such a bad guy that other countries say, oh man, see now, y'all, look, you killing it. Now we got to come in. Now we got to come in. So he's just beating him up, wear him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right, let him get up. Let him get up. Stand back up. You okay? Shake it off. I know it hurt. I know it hurt. You ready for some more? And giving him some more. But if he finally say, okay, let's take the gloves off. We're sick of going ahead and nursing this whole thing. Go full blown in. This guy would be done. They would be all blew out. And that might even be with our military support. He still might not be able to do anything about this. However, he's thinking that, yes, I heard that already before. The 3 days. Look how long it's been. No. Well, it's only been that long because we've helped you. But this guy thinks they did it on their own or something.
This is something
Maybe
new
less.
in 2 weeks, of course, yeah.
It'll be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times.
Oh, you better watch that. You better watch. I said it. Somebody go get a sock. Stuff it down his throat. So now all of us, I said it.
Accept
Accept
that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
Yes, it is, Trump. I'm so glad y'all let us see this one. Yeah. So for all of those forever Ukrainian supporters and stuff like this is what this leader is doing. This is how arrogant this man is. To go to a country that you are almost 100% solely relying on and come in with this type of attitude, trying to dictate how things are going to be and should be, and then trying to point out flaws in you guys too, and y'all need to, we're not obligated to help you. This is the crazy part about this. This guy doesn't realize it. We're doing this because basically out of the kindness of our heart. Yeah, we can say, man, Europe, if y'all are so invested in this, y'all go ahead and continue funding this war. And hey, by all means, jump right in. We ain't got nothing to do with this. So this guy should be at the humblest point of his life right now. The humblest point of his life. He should have went in there like he was going to see King Solomon or somebody. First things first, dress like you're coming to see the king. Secondly, when you get in there, take all that bass out your voice. And thirdly, you ain't gonna be there, but you think you can't be doing that. But hey, this guy, he doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize it. He think he got the juice. He got some clout.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Hush up, boy.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Yeah, but you know why he don't want a ceasefire? Because he's not on that front line. Yeah, he's not worried about getting blown up. He's not. Yeah, he's the guy that's just calling the shots. Everybody go out there, have a great day on the battlefield. Do your best. Okay, we'll try our best to send more resources and backup. Don't forget, you're dying for your country. No, you're dying for nothing. And this guy, he probably would keep this going long enough to where the people start rebelling against him. You can only have a war going so long, especially when you're losing and you seem like you're just committed to the last man, to where the people start going, man, look, man, we don't want no more war. We're sick of this. Now maybe we need to go and bust up into the Capitol and grab you out of there and be like, yo, here, Putin, we can stop this. Take this guy. Take him. He's the one responsible for all of this. Y'all can have this dude. You don't want to push it past the point of the people's tolerance. And see, this is what this war has done to Americans. They've lost the sentiment from the majority of Americans. Here we are seeing our money go all over the place, all out to other countries for this and this and that. And this war continues, along with all the rest of the money that's going all over the place. So at some point, we're starting to go, okay, how long are we going to go ahead and tolerate this? How long are they going to push this? Have we made any progress? Oh, so It's unwinnable. So now where do we go? What suggestion does this midget man have? That's the question. So now what? Okay, we just keep fighting until everybody's dead in Ukraine. But now he done brought out the worst in Trump, or should I say the best?
I want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want to ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who is not a smart person.
There he is. That guy right there. There he is.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that guy. Who didn't know where he was going. He probably had no idea the Ukrainian war was going on. What? They started fighting. Yes, President Biden, we told you that like 5 minutes ago. No, you didn't. Yes, we did. We did. But it's okay. It's okay. Just go over there and eat some chocolate chip. We'll handle it from here. So now, this guy is saying, as to Ukrainian people, how they feel about it. Well, okay. First of all, without our weapons, it wouldn't matter how they feel about it because it would be over and Putin would be running all of Ukraine. Simple as that. Okay. Number two, I'm sure if they could go ahead and stop this mess without family members and people like that dying, they probably would. And especially if they know we finally have somebody negotiating this to where Putin is less likely to break the negotiations or the agreement. Now, I would say this much, under Biden, you can't guarantee that. But I'm sure under Trump, if he's able to broker this deal, I don't think Putin would come to the table and say, all right, cool, let's do it. And 10 months later, he's like, man, forget this mess. I'm going in for no reason, just greed. Yeah. And at that point, especially if the U.S. has investments over there, we help broker the deal. Putin agrees. We're getting our minerals back. They're rebuilding their economy. And if for some reason Putin say, well, I like some of those minerals too, I'm coming in. Now you run the risk of him either messing around and accidentally killing a U.S. citizen worker or something. Anything can go wrong with that to where we go, now we got skin in the game. See, and Putin knows that. He wouldn't be coming to the table to negotiate if he was only doing it so he could break the negotiations. That would definitely put him in a position of the bad guy, completely 100% then. But this situation where they came in the first time, I'm going, now, wait a minute. Y'all knew this man was not going to allow this country to go into NATO. But yet y'all pushed this. Yeah, y'all set the little midget man up for failure by saying, man, forget what he got to say, man. You will join NATO if you want to. Don't agree to nothing. So, I mean, there's some shared blame in all of this. And now the midget man is over here thinking that we have an obligation to keep, funneling this mess.
That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
You hear that?
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets.
Yeah, Zelensky, what do you got to say to that, huh? Don't worry, the bullets won't go to sheets. There you go. Everybody grab sheets and continue fighting forward. There you go. They got sheets, y'all, from Obama. And guess what else they got? Not only sheets, but Trump gave them javelins. And just him being in office prevented Putin from doing anything to them during his whole 4 years.
In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
Now he's giving him a heavy dose of truth. At this moment, he's realizing that the negotiations are falling apart. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That's that look right there.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks this?
Now, see, here we go. Here we go. Here come the media. What if Russia breaks the deal? Now, Trump, his wick is short right now. Yeah, Zelensky done made him burn through all of his tolerance. So now he's going to take it out on the media, too, from a stupid question. So he just gave him a verbal beating and put him in his place. And here comes somebody asking something. It's like two kids. Mama just had to whoop your brother, and then you come in. You ain't have to whip him like that. What? You want some of this too?
What what if Russia breaks these talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
Now see what happens? Now she getting Biden and Obama killed. By bringing up that stupid question. Now Trump got to go ahead and start smacking everybody. It's becoming a slap party now. Yeah, Obama, he gets one. Biden, and you, the reporter, asking stupid questions. How about you base this off of observation? Now the last, 2 years, this whole war has been going on. Putin hasn't been anxious and excited about getting together and talking about a treaty or a ceasefire. But all of a sudden, Trump gets in and he's like, nah, I can work with Trump. I can work with him. I respect him. And I know he's sincere. And he ain't up to no games. He's not a globalist. He's a realist. I can work with him and I respect him. But apparently, they're thinking that maybe Trump is still Biden. I could see asking that question if it was Biden. But not Trump.
Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam.
Now you see all of these people right here? That's your Russia collusion right there. There it is. We found it. We found the Russia collusion. It was these people. Now, by Trump bringing this up, the media is going to try to say Trump lied about the whole Russia involvement in the election and stuff. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. If you're trying to tell us, as you will see, the media will come in. Trump, he disrespected Zelensky. He lied about Russia not being involved in the... Now, as much as these corrupt Democrats were involved in pushing that big fat lie, imagine if Putin didn't realize the politics behind this. Imagine if he really took it seriously and saying, well, you know what? They lying on me. I ain't do this and this and that, but I'll show them. Since they want some of me, they're calling me this, they're calling me that. They're saying I've interfered with their elections and all of that stuff. Imagine if both of those men during that time didn't have a mild temper. I mean, imagine if they didn't have a governor. Imagine if they weren't wise enough to see the game that was played. Imagine if one of their egos got in the way because of all of the media and all of them doing that. That could have got way out of control. But Putin sat there and just listened to them every day and every night. Putin, and Vladimir did this, and the Russians, and so did Trump. That's why Trump really don't have a problem with Putin. Under his reign, Putin didn't do nothing. In fact, Putin had to sit there and listen to the lies every night about their involvement, just like Trump did. But now they want to bring up that Putin, what if he don't honor the... It burns me up when I hear them start talking about how bad Russia is when these folks pushed Russian propaganda and lies. Russia has nothing on what the Democrats and the fake news did to our country.
And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents.
Yeah. So what he's basically saying is, don't be telling me how bad Russia is when our own intel community and our own raggedy politicians was lying on Russia. These folks will use Russia to drag us into a full-blown war. It's always Russia. Now, if it's Russia, it's Russia. But don't be saying, well, you know what? The default is Russia. That's the way we do it here. At this point, at what point do Russia actually say, man, I'm sick of this mess. Sick of y'all accusing us of everything, using us to go ahead and launder money out of Ukraine. I'm sick of this mess. Y'all want us to be involved, we're going to get really involved. But Trump was smart enough to realize level heads was needed to prevail during that whole time. Russia collusion. Trump's a Russia collusion. So I give credit to Trump and Putin for not allowing our Democrats and our intel community drag us into a war with Russia.
The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy.
Oh!
And
I empowered you. Now, he just ripped all of the dignity and pride. Now, Zelensky could have walked out of this with his pride. He could have walked out of this with a little dignity. See, but not him. Not him. This guy gets the homie the clown. Hey, homie, what's dignity? Poop. Dignity is the opposite of that. How you feel? This, homie. Yeah, dignity is the opposite of that. So now he said, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. You're not a tough guy on your own. Yeah, you're the little dog that's going, yip, 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 yip. But behind you, you got a pit bull going, rrr. And you think all the other dogs are scared of you. Now, that was a blow to his ego. In fact, that shattered it. Right now, Trump has this man's pride on the shelf. He's like, and when you come back the next time, I'll let you see it. Don't touch it, though. You can't handle it. I'm going to keep that pride right here on my shelf. All right? Yeah, you surrendered that when you came in with all this, but you don't understand. And the people of...
I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty.
It won't. Yeah, look at his face. Yeah, he's defeated. He's like, man, I'm in a pickle. I let my mouth talk me into a butt whooping. Yeah, I let some other leaders probably was like, now when you go over there and talk to them, make sure you stand your ground. Project strength. Try to keep the war going, okay? See, but they don't realize they're dealing with Trump. Trump is only going to tolerate nonsense so long before he finally says, that's it. I can't sit here and let you feed us boo-boo and telling us it's a chocolate. It's chocolate. I feel the same way. Sometimes when I'm around people and I hear them doing all that and they're talking crazy and I sit there and tolerate it for a while and I'm like, that's it, man. I can't, you know what? Man, dude, shut up. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. That's when they make me come off the bench. Same thing with Trump. Trump's like, man, we came in here trying to go ahead and have a decent conversation. You start trying to give us a history lesson and tell us this and that, and you're not happy with these deals and this and that. Now, you done opened up the full can. Now I got to snatch your pride.
But you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position.
Yeah. So you might as well sign the deal. You got a shot if you sign the deal. But he went so far that Trump's like, you know what? I don't even want to sign the deal. Now, this is a great tactic what Trump is about to do. He's like, you know what? You done rubbed me the wrong way so much. Even right now, after I just gave you a verbal lashing, you want to sign the deal? I don't even want to do it right now. Go on, man. Go somewhere. Yeah. Let me cool off and you go somewhere and think about it.
But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh?
Yeah, we just saw that bloodbath. Boy, I tell you, that got bloody. That got real physical.
This is going to be great television, I will say that.
Oh, it is going to be great television. Everybody's been talking about it. This the word on the street. But look what happens. Look what happens.
Jackie Heinrich has some new information for us. Jackie.
Update.
Yeah, I just went up to the press area to get an understanding of what we're watching.
What happened?
This is what I was told. The president has kicked Zelensky out of the White House.
Oh.
His delegation right now is telling him that he's got to go home. The president felt disrespected. Officials in the room felt that beyond the language barrier that we've heard some discussion about, Zelensky's body language, shrugging and eye rolling, was ungrateful, disrespectful.
Yeah, all of that. Hitting us with the beatbox, talking back, arms folded. Hitting us with a b-boy stance on us. All that. With that. I don't shoot. You think that's gonna fly? Are you kidding me? And then at the end of that, but we need more money. We need the support the fruit. Hey, but you coming in nasty? Dad, can I borrow the car? Hey man, don't be asking me like that. Man, just let me get the car. Dang on it. Why you tripping, man? I want the car. You think that's gonna work? Okay, son, there, take the car. Yeah, but here he is now getting a boot You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck out of here. And I mean the country. Go on now, get, little man.
And the president feels that Zelensky is not ready for peace,
Nah,
and he can come back when he's ready to talk about peace. But he's not in that position right now, and Zelensky is being told he's got to go. The lunch that they were supposed to have is sitting right outside the hallway.
And then he gave away his food. He didn't even feed him. Didn't give him a to-go bag. No doggy bags. No, don't touch that. That was for you, but no longer. Go on, y'all can stop at Burger King or Wendy's or something like that on your way. All right, but right now, just go and get. All right. Boy, I tell you, man, Trump is vicious right about now. Now, what he's going to do is make this man have to fly all the way back to Ukraine and think about it. And see, as he's sitting back wasting time and lives, only to end up having to come to the same conclusion, he's going to start to feel it. How long before he starts picking up on Mr. Trump? I'd like to come back and sign the agreement. As he starts seeing those weapons that we've sent start dwindling away, all of that stuff. Yeah, he's starting to see more men die, and no more money or no more weapons are coming. Right now, what you got is what you got. You better make it work. That's what it is. You better make it work. But he'll realize that time that I need to call Mr. Trump up and see if he's still mad at me. That's what I need to do. You cool? You ain't mad still, are you? Okay.
And the press staffers are going to be eating that lunch.
Yeah, give his food away.
This is really pretty incredible. We see the SUV, Zelensky's SUV.
Here he is. There's the midget man. There's the midget man.
Is the deal off?
You hear the media? Is the deal off?
Can you tell us what happened?
Did you sign the minerals deal?
They know he didn't.
Did you sign the minerals deal?
Why were you so disrespectful to the president?
Y'all hear that? Now, this must be conservative networks asking these questions, throwing them out there. Especially the one is, why were you so disrespectful towards the president? I mean, now you could be a part of the media and do your job, but don't be purposefully trying to throw mud on our president. You are an American citizen. You try your best to give our president the benefit of the doubt as you're reporting, especially when you're able to observe a obvious disrespect during a meeting designed to bring peace to that country. But watch what the other folks end up doing. See, because you got to figure, these Fox reporters and these conservative people who are throwing these questions out, they sat back and observed what took place, but there was the evil folks watching too. Yeah, the media that sits back and listens and watches Trump only for one reason only. God, let's see what else he says that we can flip and make him look like he's evil and make it, oh, you hear that? You hear what he just said? So watch how they report on it, guys, versus these people going, why were you so disrespectful towards the president? And that's how I feel too.
We may be watching the floor fall through this moment in international relations and diplomacy.
Yeah.
Or this might be the art of the deal. And we're not going to know for some time. Jackie, it appears that even going into this meeting that this relationship was not great. About a week ago, President Trump called Zelensky a dictator.
Yeah, a little teeny beanie dictator too, using this war to remain in power, to throw Christians in jail and stuff like that. He probably wants this war to continue so he can continue pushing back elections. Yes, that's right. I want to stay in power regardless of how many people die.
He was asked about that yesterday with the British Prime Minister, and he said, did I say that? Next question. As if he wanted to brush that off and make sure that things today went smoother.
There you go.
Zelensky, we're told, was begging to stay and work this out. The Ukrainians were begging the president and the White House to continue talking. The president's having none of it. He felt that...
Y'all hear that? He was begging to stay. So I guess if you say so, I have to pack my things and go. That's right. Hit the road, Jack. So my man got a revelation, y'all. When Trump said, man, just go. Get out of here, man. I don't even, you know what? Go home. But wait. I know that I probably said things. No, I don't want to hear, man. Right now, just go. I don't touch that food. You understand that? It's not for you, midget man. No food for midget man. Get in it. So now they probably is like, Zelensky, what are you doing? You know, his staff was like, dude, he just kicked you out the country. What are we going to do when we get back home? We ain't got no money. Run out of money. Run out of bodies. Get back in there and tell this man you sorry. Oh, I was try. Mr. Trump. Go on now, get. So now he got to go home.
Zelensky's just not ready for peace, and this deal was not signed. There is no signing. There will be no joint press conference. The next time we're going to see the president is at departure. There he goes right behind me. Zelensky on his way out of the White House gate.
Bye-bye.
No deal signed, no joint press conference. Tensions at an all-time high between these two leaders. Really, the prospect of peace talks, what this means for the war that has raged on for 3 years, you cannot overstate what a moment in time we've just witnessed.
Now look at this reporting right here. Neutral, talking about, you know, the impact of this and what we just witnessed and all of that stuff. And watch how the fake news reports on it.
And while the president left the invitation open to come back when you're ready to talk seriously about what it takes to achieve peace, Zelensky feels very dug in. He was dismissive of the U.S. overtures that you've got to accept a ceasefire first. You've got to deal with the other side. The divide between the two could not be wider. And so we expect to see the president at departure, Marine One departure later on this afternoon when he heads to Mar-a-Lago for the weekend. But that is the only other time we're going to hear directly from him. And I guess we'll hear from Zelensky on Special Report tonight. But that is going to be must-watch TV.
Yes, it is. I want to see what Midget Man is going to say. Now, somebody earlier in the live stream said he's on Fox right now. After this, I'm going to see. I want to see what Midget Man's going to say. I made a big mistake. I overstepped. I said things that I shouldn't say. I'm so passionate about that. Somebody better get in his ear and say, you need to smooth this over. Don't you get on Fox with a nasty attitude. Don't you get on there trying to act like you're offended. But we'll see.
After what we have witnessed here today.
You found out.
Until you
see, now, just in case people are wondering who they're dealing with, this was under Trump's last presidency. This is how Trump handles knuckleheads, okay? This is why he ain't got to worry about Putin violating the agreement, okay? Look what he did under the last time he was in office. Watch this, y'all.
Punch back. So you punch back. We have been weak under Joe Biden. And so our adversaries around the globe, big and small, know that they can push us. Go ahead, Wesley, you go. You can talk.
I'm gonna give you my favorite President Trump story.
Mine too.
It's my number one favorite of all time. When we were negotiating with the Taliban, while President Trump was still the president.
The Taliban.
President Trump wanted to get out of Afghanistan, but he wanted a conditions-based withdrawal.
Yeah.
Meaning that you do what we tell you to do, and then we'll start pulling troops back slowly as long as you abide by our rules.
And then what happened? What had happened then? That's what I want to know, Wesley.
It's President Trump and Mike Pompeo, and they were talking to Taliban leadership.
The Taliban?
In the room, and they had one translator in the room. President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal.
Okay.
And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, my. Even me, the one with no hair? Dad, if you harm one hair on an American, I'm going to kill you. See, that right there. See, that's the leadership. Wait a minute. Y'all telling me he didn't get up there and say, don't. Just don't. And the Taliban said, seems very serious. He said, don't. We can't now. He said, don't. He didn't do that? You mean to tell me he didn't mess around and leave all of those weapons for them to go ahead and figure out how to run and operate and use for their own? No, he didn't do that. He just left it right there. I'll kill you. Okay. but check this out, y'all. Because it appears during this story that the translator was kind of scared, like, should I say that? And watch this.
And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him.
I love it. Yeah. Maybe the translator thought he was joking or something. Trump was like, you heard what I said? Tell it. And let's see what he told him.
Tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
Sure did.
Did you know for 18 months not a single American was killed in Afghanistan?
Bam!
Sure did.
That's the definition of strength. That's what I'm talking about. And so you can imagine that kind of sentiment being around the world. If we have an embassy in another country, no one's going to touch it because they're going to be fearful that they'll get a Moab on their head. That's how President Trump rolls.
Yeah, that's how President Trump rolls. Not creepy, sleepy with the raggedy pullout, and the Taliban came back in about 11 hours. The Americans pulling out, let's go, everybody. Went straight down. Now, that had to be one of the most gangster. I would have loved to have been in that room. Tell them, go. What? It killed me? Yeah. Okay, that's what I meant. Yeah, tell him. Did you tell him I'm going to kill him? And if he doesn't believe me, here is the paper right there. That's your crib? Okay, there you go. Peace. I'm gone. And nothing happened? What? So there you have it, guys. However, not everybody's excited about us having respect on the global stage and that type of influence and having a real strong leader. See, only here in America would our fake behind media and the dang on Democrats look at what Trump just did and say, he's the wrong guy. He's weak. Yeah. Only our corrupt, stinking betrayal of the media and all of them would say, the Trump, he was disrespectful. Now, all these other countries, if they saw their leader get in there and handle things like that, they would be going, our leader is protecting our interests and he's projecting strength and he's strong and we're proud of him. We're proud of him. Zelenskyy needs to understand who's running the show, but not our media. Watch these traitors, the un-American Dems and the media reaction to this.
Dana, of an ambush where you had the Vice President of the United States and the President of the United States both going after President Zelenskyy.
Who brought it on himself? Who brought it on himself, right? He thought he could take him 2-on-1. Yeah. He thought he could go ahead and just say, man, you know what? I'm going to try my chances with JD and not think that Trump is going to jump in and smack me around as well. But she's blaming it on JD and them. She's saying he set him up. They didn't even have to bring this dude over here for these negotiations. All right. You came all the way over here just to whine and complain about the U.S. and you don't like the way things are running and all of this stuff. We thought you came to do a deal. This deal could have got done. But no, you came over here want to vomit up all your issues you got with the way we're handling things, but have no negotiating clout whatsoever. But this woman's blaming it on JD and on Trump because they're the ones that's disrespectful.
Points in that confrontation. In many ways, it seemed as though, Vladimir Putin's work was being done.
Oh, God. I knew it. I knew it just because, they always like to try to push Trump in the category of a dictator. It looks like the Vladimir, the only one that came out of this right here on top was Putin. The Trump loves them. It looks like they've negotiated something together. They like each other. They love each other. All of this crap, they're going right back to the Russia stuff.
For him. And I just think the big picture here is to understand the shock and horror of Ukraine to see the country that was its biggest ally and supporter.
Yeah. The biggest money bag for them. The shock to Ukraine. So they're shocked that we're no longer just going to keep sending endless money for a war that's unwinnable. That's what it is. They want us to be blindly committed to this and yet using all kind of stupid lies about we're protecting democracy. We're defending freedom in other countries. We're keeping Vladimir from taking over all of Europe. Because once he goes to Ukraine, he's going for the rest of Europe. Yeah, and if you don't support this, you're anti-American. You don't like democracy. And you're supporting Putin. That's what you're doing. And I'm saying, say whatever. But we're not going to be stupid no more. The days of being stupid is over.
In the space of weeks, essentially change the foreign policy of the United States.
Darn right. She's saying it like it's a bad thing. Maybe she ain't been checking out her ear to the streets. Americans are going, man, we sick of sending money over there. Along with sick of sending money to the illegal immigrants and all the other stupid stuff that the Democrats have been. Yeah, we're sick of it.
and of the West. And you had Trump and Vance amplifying Russian lies about the invasion.
Amplifying Russian lies about the invasion. So what lies are they amplifying? I mean, did not Putin have a red line? Did he not? Look, y'all can't put these people in NATO. But she wants to take the side of course, against Trump. And anything Trump say, even if it's the truth, that he's amplifying lies against Putin. Look, man, you don't have to like Putin to call it like it is. Bottom line, you're going, look, man, I don't like Putin. I'm not supporting Russia, but it is what it is. You got to be smart and be a realist, just like right now. He needs to be a realist. So I'm a realist. I'm saying it's obvious Putin was going to invade when they did not give a guarantee that the little midget man won't stay out of NATO. I mean, we would have did the same thing. We would have never let this happen on our border. However, right now, it is what it is. Here's another realization. It's obvious that y'all can't win this war. You're at a stalemate, okay? And the only thing keeping it at a stalemate is us. If we don't negotiate this and we say, okay, y'all on your own, you're done. That's the reality of it. And it ain't giving Putin a win. It ain't none of that. What we're not going to do is jump in a war, either financially forever or physically, that could escalate and drive us into World War III. Start wasting young men and young women's lives over in Ukraine defending their borders when ours was wide open under the Democrats. But this lady right here wants to take the side of Zelensky and calling us Putin lovers, I guess.
You had Donald Trump in that confrontation saying that, he trusts Vladimir Putin.
He didn't say that. See? All he said was, look, I've been through a lot with Putin because of y'all. See? Yeah. We saw what y'all were doing. Lying about him being involved with the Russians, lying about Putin, all of this stuff. And Putin never disrespected Trump. Never. But here she is talking about that he lied about this and he's supporting Putin. And
you had him saying lies about the Russian intervention in our elections back in 2016. This is
what lies? The lie is that they did, jump into our election during 2016. That's the lie. The Democrats pushed that in CNN and all the rest of the fake news. That's the truth. Russia had nothing to do with that. It was Hillary Clinton. But yeah, here she is. He lied about, what she's probably banking out on. See, this is what they do. They mix truth with lies. They'll take just a smidge bit of truth, knowing what Trump was emphasizing. The bulk of them saying that Russia was involved in our elections revolved around the narrative that Trump himself was negotiating with the Russians to what? Change the voting, to sway some people, whatever. But only to find that Russia might have paid for some ads on Facebook. That's what you're trying to say. Trump lied about their interference with because he didn't bring up, after Hillary bought the dossier, paid for that, after y'all pushed the narrative, after the deep state lied about this and all of that stuff, after all of that, the real issue, the real bulk of the narrative, they also did buy about $250,000 worth of, some ads and stuff like that. Yeah. So since he left that out right there, when he was pointing out the real Russian collusioners, she's like, he lied about Russia's involvement in the...
Is the level of grievance going forward. But what's happened in the last week, it's hard for us to process, I think. Yeah. The United States, Donald Trump, has switched sides.
Oh, see, here we go. Yeah. Now, he switched sides when he has obviously told him, I'm not on either side. I'm on the side of life. I'm on the side of bringing peace and stopping this war. And us not being on the hook to try to just pay for this because you're stupid and you got too much pride. That's what side I'm on. I'm on the side of the U.S. But this lady, he switched sides.
In the war, and I think that is the backdrop for this confrontation that we just saw. And
the States is a coward.
Look at this. Look at this Democrat traitor right here. He's a coward.
Who is Vladimir Putin's puppet.
There it is. Back to that. Back to that. Back to that. I mean, they never learn. And maybe they don't realize the U.S. right now don't want this war. The folks that voted for Trump It's like, get us out of all this stupidity. But this guy, he's a Putin puppet, right back to the same stuff. Like, we're going to go, oh, shoot, we might have made a mistake and voted in a Russian agent again. They ran that back. Now they're calling him a Putin puppet again. We might have made a boo-boo.
The vice president of the United States is a pogue and a coward who is Donald Trump's puppet.
There we go.
And so what we just witnessed
is strength. Is how to handle ungrateful leaders who rely on the U.S. to support their stupidity. That's what you just witnessed. As something that we will never see out of Biden or any other Democrat, and probably most likely any other politician. That's what we saw. I'm sitting there looking at that like, what movie were you watching, buddy? What we saw right here, listen to the version he got.
Eating in the Oval Office between two cowardly puppets and a hero.
Man, this guy right here is a traitor to his country, man. I mean, boy, I tell you, he needs the football to the groin. He's calling our president and our vice president cowards and calling the man who came to our country begging for support, and we've been giving all of this money to him, a hero. You hate Trump so bad that you will basically attack our own president just for political points and then talk about a hero. If Zelenskyy was a real hero, he would be on the front line with his soldiers he's sending off to die. He would need our intervention. Yeah, he would have figured it out. Like Alexander the Great or somebody. Overcome the odds, Zelenskyy. But Zelensky's the hero. The guy who does nothing but send his people off to die with money that we give him and weapons that we give him. That makes him a hero. But this guy, he's a hero.
And whether you voted for these puppets or not, just as an American, as a fellow American, it's just embarrassing.
No, you're embarrassing as an American. Yeah, it shows me that you definitely are not America first. But whether you voted for him or not, as an American, it's embarrassing. No, it's offensive as an American. Number one, for you to get up there and trash our president over this little midget man. Number two, for the midget man to come into our country and try to muscle us around and tell us what we should and should be doing. That right there is offensive. What you're doing is embarrassing.
That the only hero in the Oval Office, the only decent human being for that matter, is the Ukrainian.
Man, this cat, you know what? I don't even know his name and I don't care. This Democrat politician right here, man, he needs a drop kick in the groin. Not just a kick. He needs a drop kick in the groin. That's what he needs. Yeah, he don't need the football to the groin. He needs a bowling ball to the groin. That's what he needs. Unbelievable. He would get out here and say this. I mean, golly, Democrats stink.
I mean, this administration is going to go down
as the greatest of all times. That's how they're going to go down.
As an embarrassment to American history.
No, the Democrat Party, with their low approval ratings, is going to go down as an embarrassment to our country. Joe Biden goes down as an embarrassment to our country. Kamala Harris, embarrassment to our country. Yeah, all of you guys, the Democrats and our rhinos, embarrassment to our country. Trump has restored some dignity and some strength and respect at this point. Regardless of how the midget man might feel about Trump, he has to respect him. And I guarantee you what's going to happen is the midget man is going to come right back and sign that deal at some point or be obliviated. Yeah, same thing. The Mexican president talking trash at first and they were rooting for her. Trump's the evil one. Came right back. All right, easy, Wilson. What do you need again? What do you need? Same thing with Canada. They always want to side with every other leader, every other country than us. So I don't need these countries to be going, we love Trump, we love America, because they keep giving us money and giving us whatever we want, and this and this and that, and we've been pimping them. That's not real love. You love what we're doing for you. That's why. You flatter us because we keep dishing it all out. But the minute we say, nah, we don't agree with that, we're not going to be supporting that financially. Or they're betraying us, they're siding with Putin and this and that, but we still got to go ahead and give them what they want. because we respect them. Yeah, they don't really love us in the first place. They mooching off of us. All right, so I'd rather be respected than loved by the midget man. Dang on it. And this bum right here.
Congressman, I wonder if you think that President Zelensky could have handled it differently.
Absolutely not, because he don't even want to see it like that. He want to see it like Trump. Whatever he did, he's wrong. I don't care if Zelensky came in there and talked all kind of trash and did all this and didn't say thank you or nothing. I don't care. Yeah, my job as a raggedy, stinking betrayal of a politician is to say Zelensky's the best, Trump and JD, they're the ones. They're the evil ones.
Way that some of his European counterparts and Macron and Keir Starmer did, and perhaps been more deferential to Trump and Vance.
Deferential to what? Deferential to a president who allowed a deal in his first term to crumble because Putin just violated it?
What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Putin just violated a deal in the...
Deferential to a vice president who didn't even bother to visit Ukraine? I hardly know anyone in Congress who has any view on national security who hasn't been to Ukraine.
So you need to go to Ukraine to see for your own eyes? No, we know what's going on over there. But this guy, once again, let's take the side of everybody but the U.S. That's how Democrats roll. Let's take the opposite side of anything Trump does. Trump looked great in that dang on meeting right there. Looked great. I mean, he showed a little patience as much as he could until he witnessed the blatant disrespect. That's what he had to say now. See, you took me from saying, I'm going to listen to you for a second, to now I got to go ahead and bring all of the strength of the U.S. and what we represent to you. I got to let you know, your talk time is over. You blew it. Yeah, you thought you had the juice. You got the Democrats and all of them supporting you and this, but it's a new day.
During this war. Deferential to a draft dodger who's our commander in chief? Zelensky doesn't deserve to be deferential to anyone in that Oval Office.
Can you believe this funky, stinking dude right here? I can't, man, you know what? I would love to meet that man right there and have a conversation with him. CNN tried to be nice. Do you think maybe you should have, that he should have been a little more respectful, like maybe some of the other ones? They should have been like, dude, you just sat here and trashed our president and our vice president because they checked some dude that's disrespecting us as taxpayers, our country, and our office. And you want to side with them. Man, Democrats, why don't y'all go ahead, get in the plane and fly and stay in Ukraine? Take the plane to Ukraine and stay there for all I care. Since y'all love him so much, he's a hero. Let him lead y'all into battle. Dang on it. So anyway, with that being said, guys, we do have more, but I'm not going to push it because I know once I get into this next topic, we might not be able to stop it. So I do want to talk about this. Matter of fact, I'll just briefly just give you my opinion on it. We all know what is going on with these Jeffrey Epstein files. There's some weird things happening. And, I was sitting there talking to somebody today about it. And we all know that apparently the files have been, I guess they're trying to destroy them. They didn't send all the files over to Pam Bondi. But I think what makes people a little suspicious about what's going on is the fact that Pam Bondi said all the files was on her desk. And why would you release them if there were only 200? My question is, why would you say they're on my desk and I read through them all? If you know all the details of it, you probably should know that, well, wait a minute, nothing's in here. But it was released, and then it seemed like as a back thought or afterthought, it was like, oh man, everything's not in there. Where's everything? Well, either that means you never read through it and you released them anyway, or you knew all the stuff weren't there and you released it anyway. Now, could this be some plan to make sure that that office up there gets destroyed because that office might have disrespected her intelligence and all of our intelligence and say, well, she wants some stuff. Just give her the minimum. Just give her the minimum. And she's like, okay, y'all think y'all slick. You gave me the minimum. I'm going to release it. Then I'm going to put out a statement so everybody would know that these people are hiding stuff. They're playing games. They're playing games. And that's going to give us a reason to go in and shut that whole office down. See, I could have went ahead, held on to this stuff, and made y'all send the rest of the stuff quietly. But maybe I went ahead and sent that out there only to say, what? Well, where's the rest of it? They didn't send it. Who didn't send it? Why they didn't send it? I requested it. You know what? Go in there and shut that very liberal compromise location down. That could be it. That could be it. I'm just saying. So we'll see. But you know, they're not going to give up this stuff willingly because it's a whole bunch of people that will go down with the ship. I mean, I was thinking about how it even got to the point where that evidence is even still around. I mean, if they were willing to kill Jeffrey Epstein inside the prison, you would have think they'd have been smart enough to say, hey, let's go over to the FBI, use our resources, because the FBI had to have allowed this man to operate like this. You would think they would go, well, we don't want to take a chance of anybody ever getting their hands on this, because who knows, what if Trump wins? So you would have thought, since, you know, all these people are on that list, they might have just said, just destroy the evidence or take it offshore or something like that, and we'll keep it as our insurance policy. But, you know, the real issue is if that stuff comes out, one, it will show that most likely our intel community, as the U.S., an official policy, is allow this man to allow these kids to be violated for our political gain, for our strategy to control people. That's a real bad look on the institutions. But at this point, I don't care how bad any of these institutions look, because in my mind, I'm already thinking the worst. I want to see how horrible and corrupt these institutions are so they can be torn down without resistance. That's what I want to see. So I don't want to hear people whining, talking about they're dismantling the FBI. The FBI allowed this man to operate like that. The FBI was okay with the kids being, the CIA used this guy knowing he was doing this. I want all of that stuff to come out so that when they start stripping these agencies to the bone or rebuilding them, we don't have to hear people trying to defend these agencies after all of that dirt comes out. That's why it's important for all of this stuff to come out. The other thought I had was the DOJ and the FBI have to be prepared to do something if they do release all of this stuff. So I hope they're not saying, whoa, we talked about, let's just go ahead and dump it out there. But we just realized it's like 2,000 people that are, we're going to have to open up investigations on. We can't just dump it out there and we go, so now what? So what now what? You gave us the files. We see Prince Andrew on it. Yeah, could that mess up diplomatic relationships with England? What if we start seeing Macron and all these other people? How do we deal with these countries? Does that mess up the relationship? Do we have to declare that we're not going to deal with this country anymore until this person gets out of there or he's dealt with? Do we bring people back into our country that might have fled the country? How do we handle all of these folks that are very powerful if we dump it out there? Because our expectation is going to be, so what now what? All of these key people in countries and power, they were involved with that? And all y'all going to do is just show us? Now what's going to happen to them? So they also have to be prepared to back up if they show us all of these people. Now, how are we going to hold them accountable? So I hope they have a strategy or a answer for that, because I don't want them to just say, here they are, but there's nothing we could do to them. That's an issue for me. I want to make sure that somebody is going to be held accountable. That's what I want to see. So they might be going, easy. We thought it was going to be that simple, but we just read a whole bunch of people that we're going to have to dedicate a lot of resources into holding them accountable at once. See, because it's going to be a mess. People might be fleeing the country. All of that stuff that, oh man, I'm out of here, this and that. Now we got to chase them down, have them brought back to our country. It would be a mess, which I'm okay with. I'm willing to say, let's go ahead and jump into that and deal with that issue as it comes. But these people need to be held accountable. So we're going to see if this is a 3D chess, situation, but it wasn't quite a good look, because it looks like Bondi didn't know what the heck was in those files. And she said, I mean, if you're going to say, wow, it's really bad, I mean, there's like 250 victims and this and that, that makes me think you've read it and you've seen some real dirt. Therefore, you should know, like, well, I got it all on my desk because I read it and now I release it. But then when I release it, it seemed like I'm shocked that it's stuff that we already knew. So maybe she's doing this for a reason, but we're going to see. So I'm going to skip past that. I just gave y'all, my take on it. And then, of course, I was also going to mention how foul our agencies are, because under the DEI programs in the intel community, the Biden administration allowed a whole bunch of people to open up a chat to talk about all kind of sexual stuff. And now look at this beautiful woman right here. She got in and they're fired. That's what needs to happen. Intel community is wilding out. But let's close out with this, guys. Oh, yeah, man. We'll close out. Oh, I forgot about Tampon Tim. Man, I got so much stuff I needed to cover. What time is it? It's what, an hour and a half? Y'all need to hear what Tampon Tim said. He got his butt in trouble. So let's check out, because Tampon is back for a second. Listen to this, y'all. Oh, yeah.
Governor Tim Walz says he will not apologize for comments he made at a recent event where Republicans claim he seemed to compare the Trump administration to fascists and Nazis.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That's all they got. Putin puppets, fascists, Nazis, racists, white supremacists. So Tampon's out there pushing more lies and propaganda and got busted. And look, guess what? Guess what he gonna do, y'all? Lie.
Now, Walz strongly denies that, claiming he was talking about small groups of Nazis in Ohio.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we're gonna hear, though, his tape where he's making those comments. And then all of a sudden he gets called out. No, I wasn't talking about, like, everybody. Y'all ain't hear about the small group of Nazis in Ohio? I haven't even heard about the small group of Nazis in Ohio. Why would you bring these small groups of Nazis up in front of this audience, but make the audience think you're talking about the whole country?
Elsewhere, trying to take over local governments.
Yeah, Kevin, whenever any politician compares anyone to Nazis,
you know they're not serious. That's what happens. Whenever a politician do that, you know they're the slime of the politician world. And that's saying a lot. When you start calling people Nazis
or Hitler, it doesn't usually end well. The atrocities committed by Hitler and the Nazis are really beyond comparison to almost anything.
Yeah, but the Democrats don't care because, see, they're slime. They're dumpster juice. They'll use the worst things in our history for politics. They will throw labels on people. These folks right here, they're white supremacists. They're like slave owners. They're Nazis. And all of this, they're racist, white supremacists. They will do that because they don't care. They know that stuff touches people's hearts. That's why they accuse their enemies of being those things. But yet not realizing it's disrespectful to the real issues. Those real events, those historical events should be set aside for special, and I mean special, occasions. But nope, not the Democrats. Sling it out there. Because they're unfortunate people who support them don't even stop to think like, whoa, easy, pal. You went with the Nazi? I mean, that's big. That's deep.
The governor claims comments that he made this week were aimed at actual Nazis.
Yeah, that's what it was. They were actual Nazis. I don't know why y'all would think that I was referring to half the country and J.D. Vance and Trump and Elon. Yeah, I wasn't talking about them, but he never mentions it. Y'all going to hear his little statement in front of a crowd where he didn't think that maybe the audio was going to get out. He didn't think it was going to get out. So he got loose with the lips. Yeah, he was amongst his peeps. They were cheering him on. So he said, this is a great time to bring up Nazis and stuff.
And not at the Trump administration or Republicans. Governor Tim Walz seemed taken aback by criticism from Senate Republicans who say he should apologize for what they say was his claim the government is being taken over by fascists and Nazis.
The government. Now, as you hear this audio, you're not going to hear him say, by the way, here's an example. In Ohio, there was a small group of Nazis. No, he's not going to say that.
At a time when anti-Semitism is on the rise, we should be focusing on unity and understanding, not reckless comparisons that diminish historical atrocities.
Yeah, but the Democrats don't care about that. See, the most important thing is power. So we're going to go ahead and disrespect all of the Jews that suffered under, Hitler and all that stuff by just throwing it out there recklessly. They don't even second think it. They don't even stop for 1 second to say, what is the impact of me labeling people in our country as Nazis? What's the impact of that? Could it drive some crazy radical supporters who support the Democrats to think, well, if we got Nazis taking over our country, we might have to start doing some bad things to those Nazis. But they don't care about that. See, but yet we'll say we're inciting violence, those right-wingers.
To see the nonsense that's being put forward on that, we're going to need your voice there, because I would just end with this, and we're seeing it in these town halls. That charismatic leader's not going to come there. I see the pundits on TV. What's wrong with the Democratic Party? What's wrong is our country's being stole by fascists and Nazis. I am Adolf Hitler, commander of the Third Reich, living known fact, also to opposing Mike.
See, there it is. Slide some Nazis in. Now, who do you think he's talking about as he sits back talking about that? The problem with the Democrat Party. No, the problem with the Democrat Party is they suck. But no, not him. You know what he says? Yeah, people asking about what's wrong with the Democrat Party. Now, notice what he says, how stupid this statement is. What's wrong with the Democrat Party? Yeah, what's wrong with the Democrat Party is that our country is being taken over by fascists and Nazis. That's what's wrong with the Democrat Party. There it is. How does our country being taken over by fascists and Nazis really have anything to do with the Democrat Party? If anything, that it should be so clear that half the country are Nazis and fascists that everybody should have voted for the Democrats. But yet, here we are. All of these people voted for Trump, supported Trump, and this guy is trying to say that our country is being taken. They didn't lose because they suck. They had no platform. They governed horribly. They lost because our country's being taken over by fascists and Nazis. Now, who do you think he's referring to? I mean, who have they labeled Nazi lately? Elon Musk. Trump's a fascist. He's a dictator. We ain't did nothing. It's them. And look at the people. See.
Several days later.
They're asking me to apologize because of that?
Well, you were talking about politicians in Washington, Republicans in Washington.
No, I'm talking about the people who are openly Nazis.
This dude just straight up lied. You're talking about the people in Washington, the people who's running our government. No, I'm talking about the people who are actual Nazis. Where? I mean, I need to see these Ohio Nazis somewhere. I mean, this guy, the people were actual Nazis. Even if people in this day and age had the stupidity to label themselves as Nazis, they're still not Nazis. I mean, don't they realize the Nazi party actually had power? These people walking around, if they are saying they're Nazis, they're stupid. They're idiots. People will look at them like, what's with the crazy people over there, the clowns? What? But not him. I guess he thinking that these people might be able to overthrow our government, even though it's a small group of people in Ohio. But I didn't mention that when I was amongst all these people. I just said our government.
And that audio clip we've heard, it sounds like you're talking about in Washington, and when Scott Jensen made similar comments about COVID restrictions.
Look, we have folks marching in the streets. We have a woman in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, pulled out by a militia. I'm talking to a group of supporters and saying what's going on in our country right now is we have people who are openly Nazis and fascists trying to take our country, and we need to push back.
Who are those people? What are you talking about? The people in Ohio tampon? Yeah, you didn't mention that though. We all know who you're talking about, but he's still lying. It's greater than tampon. Tampon is a slime ball politician, and we all know he's lying. So I'm not going to waste any more time on that because I want to end with, of course, some fun time, y'all. Yeah, the crazy folks on the left losing it. Yeah, man, let's finish with them, y'all. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So let's check out the crazy collusion, okay, because there's a lot of them colluding. They hate Elon, and they're saying some of the craziest stuff as we bounce. Oh, yeah.
Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take.
They seem to have, gotten back into lynching, hanging, all sorts of other sort of draconian 19th century fare.
Lynching? Wait a minute. Long neck, toucan, sand nose, Humpty nose said that that's very hard to take. You're telling me you are busted up over this woman who just straight up said that the Republicans done got back into lynching. Y'all ain't know that? Y'all didn't know lynching was back in style? Yeah, it went out of style for a while. Nobody was lynching for a long time. They're like, man, that's old school right there, man. Go on now. But we're going to bring it back. The Republicans are bringing it. Now, this woman is on a network saying that the Republican Party has brought back lynching, and yet Rachel Maddow don't know why she got fired.
What is going on with Republicans that they seem to be bringing back the lynching vibe?
I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her.
What I'm doing.
Yeah. That's right, I'm laughing at her. I don't feel bad about it. She just claimed that we brought back lynching. So she deserves to be laughed at. Every single one of those tears she brought on herself. Unbelievable. But here's some more craziness, y'all.
IRS workers from all over the country are also being let go at the height of tax season.
Yeah. See, that makes it wrong to let these people go because it's at the height of tax season. Their attempt to go ahead and make Doge look like they're bad. And who knows? Them getting rid of all these IRS agents might just, delay your tax returns. So we're going to hope you're going to overlook that Doge is getting rid of the department, a lot of the department that almost every American hates by trying to make it seem positive. Here's the flip side of that. It's right at the height of tax season. See? There you go. So that makes them, wrong. Everybody's going, man, you know what? I'll forego my taxes if y'all get rid of the IRS. There you go. Let the taxes come back to us. Give me the money so we don't even have to file income taxes, okay? Get rid of them, all right? But here she is. They're all going to say the same thing. Now I wonder who put this talking point in their ear.
At the height of the tax season.
At the height of tax season. The height of tax season.
Yeah.
All of this happening during the height of tax season.
And that's supposed to make us say, no, leave all of those IRS agents alone. Because it's at the height of tax season. You can't let them go during the height of tax season.
PBS is having to deal with the purge of DEI offices and initiatives. The Sesame Street icon who played Maria for decades is here to share why she's so concerned.
Yeah, look at that. PBS, they're trying to deal with their money being cut, huh? The lady of Sesame Street. We're going to see what all this money is going towards.
Was pulled from PBS's central mission statement.
What?
Well, certainly I'm dismayed and sorry that this initiative is being examined so harshly.
If you're scared about bears,
y'all hear that? So they're mad over the PBS, the Muppets and all that stuff. And now watch what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare us when it comes down to Elon Musk cutting all this money. Because guess what, y'all? By cutting this money, folks might get eaten by bears. You might mess around and not realize that bears are dangerous. Yeah, it is. Because we don't have money going to certain park areas and stuff like that, then the park rangers aren't there to say, hey, everybody be careful. There's bears out there. Yeah, we all need them to tell us it's bears out there. There you go. Other than that, I wouldn't have known. So now watch them using anything to try to say, this is dangerous, that they're cutting the money for these stupid things.
Come to a place like this, your local ranger station. But because of the recent firings, this one won't be open anytime soon.
Yeah. And one of the things that also jumped out at me in CNN's reporting was the fact that the CIA was concerned that some of these people that would be layoffs or buyouts within the CIA would be open to selling secrets to a foreign asset.
Yeah, therefore we got to keep those traitors. Y'all hear this guy right here? Yeah, therefore, we got to keep all of those deep state traitors. The fact that they're even thinking this is an option and throwing that out there lets you know they need to be fired. But this guy, you know what? The fact that they're thinking about they're selling secrets, that means we should let them stay and continue to run our country, secretly and control our whole politics and stuff like that. And we don't want them selling secrets, do we? Listen to these fools try to defend this and attack those with anything.
That jumped out at me, the fact that this would honestly cause treasonous activity.
Yeah. No, or could it be they're treasonous? Could that have led to their treasonous activity? So now those got to be responsible for them not committing treason. You see the logic of CNN? There it is. I mean, if those wouldn't have fired these people, they would have never become traitors. They forced them into treason. There it is. Look at this one.
I think so, and it's going to keep building given what it's doing. But chaos is up.
Chaos?
Corruption is up.
Wait. Chaos is up. How are you measuring this? I mean, the chaos is up. Is there a chaos category? Anybody ever seen the chaos category? All right, the chaos is up. Well, how do you know that? Because it's chaotic. And, but nobody even said anything. They let this chick get on there, and Democrats will say anything, especially on these networks that let them.
It's going to keep building given what it's doing. But chaos is up. Corruption is up.
There it is. Chaos and corruption. Where? How? What are you talking about? What corruption? Identify it, please. No. Oh, you can't? Oh, I forgot. You're on The View. And you're able to just say whatever. Here's some more stupidity as we close out.
We're in bear country right now, and there's fears that some of these people who would monitor bear movement and bear populations without them, that you could have more people interacting with bears.
Now, do you understand how desperate they are to find reasons to make Elon and Doge look bad? They're going around to every agency that might be impacted and then coming up with a narrative. Now, as you can see, this is an outdoor area. And the concern is people who monitor bears might not be monitoring them, which could lead to people getting attacked. There you have it. Therefore, send the money. What else?
They say nothing about the USAID funding of the transgender opera in Colombia, where a guy sings about rolling up socks and putting them under his shirt and pretending they're breasts.
Yeah, they're worried about the bear tax. That's what they're worried about. We can't have folks, how about you stay out of the wild, get your butt some bear spray or a 357 or a 44 mag, and you're good. Yeah, there you go. Back away slowly with the 44. Easy. I don't want to put you down, but I will. So now, instead of worrying about the transgender opera singing about stuffing socks to make them look like breasts, they're worried about the bears. But let's see this opera that we financed. Here we go.
And tuck two rolled up socks inside the dots of the blouse.
What the crap am I hearing? Rolled up socks in the blouse. Now, first of all, these folks don't sound like real opera people. They seem like they're just show tune people. You know, we're gonna ball tonight. I mean, real opera's la 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 la. And this dude's up here, I rolled up socks in my breast. What is this? I'm mad that we paid for this.
What could be a breast is gently grazed by my throwing arm.
Is that opera? It's stopper. There you go, stopper. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. You can't unsee what you just witnessed. And I was speaking to one official, and they said there's concern that there could be more bear encounters.
Yeah, y'all. Send the money, man. Because he's concerned that there might be more bear encounters. They are so desperate that they are tracking down the yogi and the ranger. Hey, Ranger. What do you think? You think there could be more bear attacks because of the money not coming to U.S.? Absolutely, more bear attacks. So now they got to do a report on it, y'all. Bear attack. Oh, but wait, look at this. Little Brian Stelter with that open stadium. He gonna go ahead and try to throw a jab in too on the White House because they gonna change up the structure of the reporters and stuff inside of the room. See. The briefing room. So now he's going to, say that he's concerned about that because now it's a dictatorship.
Concerns about a chilling effect here. I noticed earlier today, Peter Baker of the New York Times, a veteran correspondent who used to work in Moscow, he said these changes remind him of how the Kremlin...
Oh, there we go. Always got to try to push the dictatorship narrative. He said that this is just like how the Kremlin, I'm surprised he didn't say how Hitler did it, but now little bowling ball head that is sitting right on top of that collar. No neck whatsoever. You don't see one bit of a neck nowhere. Neck nowhere, man, right there. Bowling ball sitting on top of the suit, having open stadium with no bass in his voice.
Over the press pool and banned certain outlets. As Fox radicalizes and as it becomes even more and more of a political tool, Zerwick, you wrote a column recently for The Sun about this, saying Fox should be viewed as a political tool. And that raises the question, should it be a part of the White House press pool? Should it be afforded the privileges that come with news?
Wait a minute, that sounds like Something the Kremlin would do. You hear this man making suggestions that Putin would do? Yeah, he's taking a playbook from Putin. Now we know who the real fascists are. The real dictators are, huh? There we go. Little Brian Stelter. I mean, aren't you surprised that he's a hypocrite? Here he is suggesting that Fox should be removed from the briefing room after just talking about that Hitler, the way the White House is operating. Now, this was back in the day when he had the full-blown open stadium. See, he done kind of lightened the stadium up. Looks like he's trying to tear it down recently. But back then, he was proud of that stadium. He was highlighting that mess. He wanted people to go ahead and see it. You see my stadium? You see it? It's open for business. See, but he's pretending right now in this little thing right here, he's pretending that this is just a thought. Really, it's a suggestion.
Gathering, even though they do have some news reporters at the White House, you're saying they're primarily a political.
Look, trying to act. So wait, you're saying even though they got reporters, what you're saying, even though we rehearsed this before we started this segment, but what you're saying, and I'm gonna try to act like I'm intrigued by this. So what you're saying, we know what you're saying. Y'all knew what you were gonna say. The whole piece was designed to suggest that Fox should be disallowed inside of the briefing room.
Cool tool. So should that be reassessed, Zerwick?
I hope that CNN become born again as a good media.
Me too, Kaiva. Me too. But it'll never happen. So there you have it, guys. Oh, some of the craziness that went on this week. So now y'all got to be careful. Don't go out there around the bears. Be careful. All right. There could be an increase in bear tax. What else they say that we got to watch out for? Craziness. No, it's chaos. Got to watch out because there's an uptick in chaos and stuff. All the crap that we just heard. Oh, and be careful. Be careful not to get hung. Okay, because the Republicans are out there hanging folks again. They done brought that back. They done brought it back. Unbelievable, man. We live in wacky world right about now, y'all. So I'm going to keep pointing it out and enjoying this ride because it's funny, watching these people act a fool and making, embarrass themselves. It's great. It's great. So we will get back together. Who knows what the weekend might yield. But if y'all don't see me over the weekend, y'all will definitely see me on Monday, man. So don't forget to text MAGA to this number if you can, so you can stay in the loop just in case they unexist me. People say, yes, get the bear spray. That's right. Go out and get yourself some bear spray. Watch out for Yogi. And what else? Oh, somebody requested the dogs. But I'm not sure if I want to show one of them. All right, I'll give y'all a quick dose because they came back in the room. Come here, Gizmo. Gizmo. There we go. His name is Gizmo, yeah. That's his song. My name is Gizmo, yeah. It's going to be time for Gizmo to get a haircut pretty soon. You know that, buddy? Yeah. And this guy, he should win an Oscar every time he goes to get his haircut. You would think they're killing him. But not her. She likes it like that. They say when she goes to get her haircut, she's like, come on, I like it like that. Yeah. Always in shenanigans, Nala. Always. Yeah, she done went out the door somehow, and I'm worried. I'm concerned when I get off this bad boy and I go down there, I might have a couple puppy pies waiting on me. I don't even know how they open the door. She used her dog fingers to open the door. I had it closed. Concerned. Anyway, we'll see. Now, let me get out of here. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, check out Kevin's Corner Store. Or you can always just give to my Cash App or my PayPal. I'd appreciate it. Okay? Now, hit like, share, all that good stuff, and subscribe to my alternative channel. And we will see y'all, who knows, Monday maybe, or sooner. This is all city. I know you see the way to tear up the place, yeah. God bless.